Hello, everyone. This is what I had received on January 4th, 2015. And this was a two-part dream. And the first part of the dream, I'm just going to go over with you right now. I was hanging off the side of a mountain, like a cliff, the side of a mountain. And before me, I could see five cities. And in these five cities, at the same time, I was seeing five different bombs going off in those cities. And I knew that if any of the bombs went off near water, near these five cities, that it would cause huge waves, huge tidal waves to come in and pretty much destroy and decimate that area. And it was five different cities. And while I was watching this scene of the five different cities being pretty much destroyed, bombed, I was reminded of a dream that my wife had had about 3 years ago, where she was shown different places that God was going to judge, uh, as in the end times as a part of his judgment. And then after I had saw that, I knew that I had to try to get off the side of that mountain because I knew that if I had stayed there, I would be in the fallout of, those five cities, what was actually gonna come from them, reverberate from the epicenters from where it was happening. So I was like, oh, I need to get away. I was trying to get away, and there's nowhere I could go. This man then grabbed me from nowhere. He just grabbed me and pulled me into the cleft of the mountain. He pulled me into the cleft of the rock, and then I was safe. That was the first part of the dream. And then the second part, I knew that after the bombs had, come down and destroyed a lot of the area, I had saw these planes, and these planes, as they were flying over different areas, they were letting out children. And as these children were dropping, not very high, but as they dropped to the ground, they were walking like soldiers. And the attire, the kind of clothing they were wearing was like Nazi type clothing. And I knew that these were they were like child soldiers, and they one cried out as they were marching, "Your parents are stupid." And so I knew that this had to do with the next generation of children. I knew that they were going to be brainwashed. I knew that they were going to be using the new world order, and I knew that the authority of their parents. It was like they were going to get rid of their parents. They were going to be trained to get rid of their parents and just fight for the cause, of the New World Order. And so that was very disturbing to me. The five places that I remember, because in the dream I was being told the five places, the names of them twice. When I woke up, I couldn't remember all of them. I remembered three, and then I also remembered one of them, but I only was being shown in the vicinity that it was in. And the three that I remember was New York, California, and San Francisco. Now, one of the other ones was in this area uh, where I saw it, so I knew that it was going to be in that area, somewhere in the vicinity. And the other one I can't quite remember. Now, the dream that my wife had about 3 years ago, in the dream, and as she was there, all of a sudden this scroll came up to her face, and she saw these different places, the names of these different places that God was going to judge. And I'm just going to go over them. She saw South Carolina, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Florida. And in the dream, she wondered, what about New York? Because she didn't see it on the list, but she was quickened by the Spirit. Um, she was notified that it was a given that New York was going to be under judgment. So that's why it wasn't even on the list. It was like, it doesn't need to be written down. Everyone knows that that judgment is coming towards there. Yeah. So those are some of the cities. Now, I had also had a dream about 3 years ago as well, where I was told that Florida was going to literally fall right into the ocean. So that was kind of disturbing, but yeah, I was told that. So these are some of the places that judgment is going to happen. So, for those who, have accepted Jesus Christ, keep seeking him. We have to be ready. You never know what can happen. And for those who don't know Jesus Christ, ask God if he's real. Ask Jesus Christ to reveal himself to you. Ask him if he's God. Um, and that's pretty much all that I got from this particular dream. If I get anything else concerning this, I will be sure to tell you guys.